Did you know that the times we try to avoid, like quiet times by ourselves, might be the ones that help us grow and be happy? Today, we're going to talk about something that might change the way you see your own company. It's simple to get caught up. In the busy world, we're always looking for ways to connect with others because we're afraid that being alone might show us something we don't want to see. But what if I told you that embracing solitude, taking a step back and really getting to know yourself could lead to levels of happiness and self-awareness you never thought possible? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that is still relevant today, teaches us about the power of being self-sufficient, resilient, and finding peace. Stay tuned because this conversation might change the way you feel about being alone. Before we start this life-changing journey, hit the subscribe button and don't skip a beat because every minute of this conversation is a step toward living a more fulfilling Stoic-inspired life without the ties that often bind us in a relationship. You're like a free bird soaring through the vast skies of social interactions now. Think of each new person you meet as a chance to see the world through a different lens, to challenge your views, and to add a new layer of understanding and empathy to your character. Think about it. When you're not tied to one social circle or routine, you're more likely to break out of your comfort zone. By doing this, you're not only making new friends, but you're also broadening your horizons and maybe even discovering new interests. The Stoics believed in the value of cosmopolitanism, the idea that we're all citizens of the world connected in our humanity. They thought that the best way to live this principle was to enjoy the variety of people and experiences that life has to offer. And here's the beautiful thing. Every interaction, every new friendship, and every conversation is a thread in the rich tapestry of your life. These connections, no matter how short, teach us about kindness, resilience, joy, and the many other things that life has to offer. Encourages us to make good use of our time by thinking about the decisions we've made and living a life that is in line with our values and virtues. It's about realizing that money isn't the most valuable thing we have. It's time to choose how to spend your mornings when you're not with someone else. What interests you and drives you to do things are uniquely yours. This isn't about being alone just to be alone. It's about finding out more about yourself, getting better, and finally being happy with yourself. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor, once thought about how important it was to live a life in line with one's nature. And what better way to honor your true nature than to spend your time doing what truly lights a fire in your soul? Whether it's learning a new language, picking up that guitar that's been gathering dust in the corner, or just enjoying the quiet of dawn with a cup of coffee, these moments are yours to save. Every second is a chance to grow. Stoicism teaches us the value of self-reflection, using our time to learn more about ourselves and our place in this huge interconnected world. So while you're enjoying the journey of being single, take some time to think about your day, your choices, and how you're contributing to the world around you. In this uncharted territory of using your time however you wish, you'll find not only freedom but also a deep sense of purpose and fulfillment. You're not just passing time. You're crafting a life that's rich in experiences, learning, and personal growth, and remember, how you choose to spend your time is a reflection of who you are and who you aspire to be. So make it count, make it meaningful, and most importantly, make it yours. This isn't just about stashing away cash, it's about the freedom and choices that come with financial independence. Stoicism teaches us to be wise stewards of our resources, to live simply and find contentment in what we have. It's about understanding that true wealth comes not from an abundance of possessions but from a life lived in accordance with nature and our values. When you're navigating the world solo, you have a unique opportunity to align your spending with your deepest values and aspirations. Think about it. No more splurging on gifts, fancy dates, or those big celebrations that, while fun, can quickly drain your wallet. Instead, every dollar you save is a dollar you can invest in experiences and endeavors that genuinely enrich your life, whether it's saving for that dream trip, funding your own startup, or simply building a nest egg for peace of mind. Being single and not having to worry about money is a great way to build the life you want. But now things get interesting. As a single person, saving money isn't just about cutting back on things you buy. It's also about how you handle your money. Stoicism doesn't advocate for a life devoid of pleasure or enjoyment. Rather, it encourages us to find joy in the simple, the meaningful, and the purposeful. So when you choose to save money, think of it as choosing to invest in your future self. What experiences will enrich your soul? What knowledge will broaden your horizons? What will you do that will help you grow and be happy? Being financially independent lets you live a thoughtful life, making decisions that reflect both your short-term wants and your long-term dreams and goals. It's about building a cushion that lets you handle the ups and downs of life calmly. Stoic philosophy says that if you have the money to choose how you live, what you follow, and when to say no, then you are living up to the Stoic ideal of autonomy and self-sufficiency in a world that is obsessed with romantic love. Being single gives you a unique view to learn about the different kinds of love and how deep they go. Stoicism, which gives us deep insights into how people feel and interact with each other, teaches us how important it is to love ourselves, make friends, and be a part of a society. It helps us remember that sexual love is beautiful, but it's not the only thing that can make us happy or complete. Being single gives you a chance to learn to love yourself first and foremost. It's about learning to enjoy your own company, value your strengths, and improve your weaknesses with understanding and kindness. This self-love isn't about being a narcissist. It's about kindness and taking care of yourself. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius stress how important it is to be at peace with yourself and find happiness within instead of looking for it in other people's support or love. But the journey doesn't end with self-love. Being single makes it easier to make deeper, more meaningful friendships. You can spend time and energy on people who inspire you, push you, and make you happy. It's in these friendships that you find the essence of platonic love, love that is kind, unconditional, and truly satisfying. Stoicism values these relationships and teaches us that a friend is not an obstacle on the way, but a fellow traveler on the journey of life. Moreover, this time in your life is a golden chance to show your love for the people around you by volunteering, taking part in community projects, or just being there for them when they need you. This showing of love goes beyond the self and the immediate. The Stoic concept of cosmopolitanism is shown in social circle. The idea that we are all connected and responsible for each other. When you practice these healthy types of love, you're not just waiting for a romantic partner to fill a void in your life. You're actively filling it with love in all its many forms. This way of looking at love makes you stronger, happier, and more connected to the world around you. It changes the story from looking for love to giving love and growing in love, which is a much more empowering and fulfilling path. We're going to talk about an old myth, the thought that marriage and relationships are the best ways to be happy. This idea has been made more appealing in books, movies, and songs. Drawing a picture of how to be happy, find the one. But here's a serious point of view that might change how you see this story. Stoicism tells us that happiness comes from living a good life and following reason, not from other people or outside circumstances. Now, don't get me wrong. Personal relationships and marriage can be wonderful parts of life that make it better. They can provide companionship, love, and support. But Stoic wisdom reminds us that putting all of your happiness in the hands of another person is not only unrealistic but also unfair to both of you. It's too much for anyone to be responsible for someone else's happiness. Being single gives you a unique chance to understand and accept this knowledge. As the Stoics would say, now is the time to work on building your inner fortress, which means strengthening your character and finding joy and happiness in your own progress and accomplishments. This isn't about blocking love and friendship, but making sure that your happiness doesn't depend on them. Focusing on your happiness makes you a better person in relationships. If you're happy with who you are and your life as it is, you're more likely to get involved with someone for the right reasons, not because you're lonely or afraid of being single. You bring a whole, fulfilled self to the table, ready to share your life instead of expecting someone else to fill it up. This Stoic view on happiness and relationships also teaches us about how important it is to be able to take care of ourselves emotionally. It's realizing that sharing your life with someone can make you happier, but it's not what makes you happy. Happiness comes from what you think, what you do, and how you react to the world around you. If you're single and sometimes wish you were in a relationship because you think it's missing a piece of your puzzle of happiness, remember this Stoic wisdom and work on making yourself happy inside, on how to live a good life with meaning and happiness. There is a time and a place for relationships and marriage, but they are not the only way to be happy. You have the power and duty to accept this truth. Doing so will not only make you happier as a single person, but it will also set you up for healthier, more fulfilling relationships in the future. Making do on your own is your talent. It's about learning to depend on yourself for your happiness and well-being and realizing that other people can make your life better, but they are not the source of your happiness. Realizing this is freeing. It stops you from constantly seeking approval and company from others to fill the voids inside you. Instead, it encourages you to focus on developing your virtues and finding peace in your own company. Being self-sufficient in a Stoic way isn't about being alone or pushing people away. On the contrary, it's about having a strong base within yourself so that your relationships with others come from want, not need. Being a complete person on your own is important. You should bring worth and joy to your relationships instead of looking to them to define or complete you. Besides that, learning to be self-sufficient makes you stronger. There will be ups and downs in your life, and being mentally and intellectually independent will help you deal with them better. You learn to keep your balance when bad things happen, like the Stoics did, and to see problems as chances to grow. You build up this inner strength and resilience every day that you learn to trust and depend on yourself. Being financially independent is another part of this process. It means taking charge of your money, being aware of how much you spend and save, and knowing how valuable financial freedom is. Stoicism tells us to keep things simple and enjoy the little things in life, teaching us that wanting money just for the sake of wanting it will make us unhappy. By embracing simplicity and focusing on what really matters, you set yourself on a road to true wealth, a wealth of freedom, choices, and opportunities in your journey as a single person. Freedom isn't just not having to follow anyone else's rules or answer to anyone else. It's also the endless possibilities that come up when you're the only one planning your life. Stoicism teaches us about the freedom that comes from within, the freedom of mind, choice, and living in harmony with nature and our deepest values. This is the kind of freedom that comes with being single in large amounts. Imagine waking up every day knowing that you have complete freedom over where to go, what to do, and who to spend time with. This level of independence is a rare gift that lets you freely explore the vast landscape of your wants, needs, and interests. It's about going on spontaneous adventures, trying new things, and making your own path. But it's more than that. Being single gives you the freedom to question, think, and fight societal norms and expectations. It's an invitation to live in a way that is true to who you are instead of following a road that other people have set out for you. Stoicism, which focuses on inner freedom and self-mastery, can teach us a lot about how to get through this process. True freedom comes from being in charge of our thoughts, feelings, actions, and responses. When applied to being single, this means that you're not only free to make choices about the outside world, but also free to choose how you want to deal with life's ups and downs. You learn to see silence not as a sign of loneliness, but as a chance to grow and learn more about yourself. This freedom also applies to your ties with other people. Since you're not limited to a romantic relationship, you can make a lot of different kinds of connections. It's possible to have deep friendships, meaningful community ties, and even casual acquaintances that make your life better in unexpected ways. Each of these relationships gives you different insights, joys, and experiences that make your life fuller and more vibrant. But here's the catch. With great freedom comes great responsibility. When you're single, you have to take charge of your own happiness, choices, and life path. You have to be intentional about how you spend your time, who you connect with, and how you grow as a person. Stoicism tells us to make good use of our freedom to live a good life and make the world a better place. Imagine not being limited by your partner's expectations or preferences. You'd be free to interact with a wide range of people, and each one would be a chance to learn, share, and grow. It's about enjoying the variety of human connections, from deep conversations with a new friend to fun nights with friends. Stoicism, which teaches us to value community and how everyone is connected, tells us to see every interaction as a chance to practice virtues like empathy, kindness, and understanding. If you're single, every social event is a chance to live up to these Stoic ideals and make the lives of the people you meet better, while letting their ideas enrich your own. In return, think about the freedom to try new social situations. It's not just about making new friends, it's also about broadening your view of the world. Each person you meet has a story, a unique set of experiences and ideas that can help you see things in a new way. In the Stoic tradition, this is very important. Marcus Aurelius himself thought about how important it was to see what people had in common, and you show this in the way you treat others. You can find unity and variety, but it's not just about learning new things. This freedom to socialize widely and wisely is also a way to find out what really matters to you. It's about figuring out what traits you value in others, the kinds of interactions that make you happy, and the types of people who motivate you to be your best self in Stoicism. Self-knowledge is very important, and what better way to learn about yourself than by looking at the people you choose to spend time with? Another great thing about being single is that you can go out with anyone you want, which forces you to be deliberate about your social choices. Stoicism shows us how important it is to live on purpose and make decisions that are in line with our deepest values and goals. Every time you go out with friends, you make a choice about how to spend the evening, who to spend it with, what experiences to seek, and how to live your life in a way that is true to who you are. This isn't about the shallow media-driven goals of physical perfection. It's about something much deeper and more meaningful. Taking care of your body as best you can because it's what carries you through life. Stoicism teaches us that self-discipline and self-care are not vanity-driven, but rather expressions of respect for ourselves and the meaning of our lives. When you're single, you have a great chance to form habits and routines that are good for your health, like working out regularly and cooking healthy meals for yourself. It's about making choices that give you more energy, vitality, and longevity. Think about it without having to work around your partner's plan or food preferences. You can find out what really works for you by trying out different kinds of exercise like yoga, swimming, cycling, or lifting weights, until you find the one that makes exercise feel less like a chore and more like a happy celebration of movement. But why stop at exercise? Being single also gives you the chance to learn more about healthy eating, good sleep habits, and dealing with stress. All important parts of a health-focused, whole-person approach. Stoicism isn't just about the mind. It also recognizes the complex relationship between the mind and the body. A healthy body supports a healthy mind, which helps you think more clearly, live more fully, and engage more deeply with the Stoic practices of self-improvement and reflection. Additionally, the journey toward physical health is also a practice in Stoic virtues, such as discipline in sticking to an exercise routine, moderation in food choices, and wisdom in listening to your body's needs. These are all examples of Stoic principles in action. They are about realizing that we can't control everything in life, but we can control the things we do and choose that affect our health. But don't forget the mental and emotional benefits of putting your physical health first. Regular exercise isn't just good for keeping fit. It's also a great way to deal with stress, improve your mood, and improve your overall mental health. The peace and quiet of a sunrise run or the focused rhythm of a solo workout session can help you clear your mind and connect with yourself on a deeper level. Taking care of your physical health while single is more than just a personal benefit. In the true spirit of Stoicism, it's about being strong mentally and physically. It's about building a foundation of strength, vitality, and health that supports you in living a good, fulfilling life. This isn't just about picking up random hobbies to pass the time. It's about the deep journey of self-discovery that happens when you allow yourself to pursue your curiosity. The main idea behind Stoicism is that we should always be learning and growing. It's about using every chance and every moment of solitude as a chance to learn more about yourself, the world, and other people. Being single gives you a unique chance to do this because you don't have to worry about your partner's hobbies or schedules. You can follow your whims and interests wherever they may lead you. If you've ever wanted to learn how to paint, play an instrument, or speak a different language, now is the time. Each new skill you acquire isn't just a line on your resume. It's a step toward becoming a more well-rounded, interesting, and fulfilled person. But exploring new interests isn't just about making yourself better. It's also a way to connect with others on a deeper level. Each new skill or hobby opens the door to new groups, talks, and friends. It means telling other people about your journey and what you've learned, and then learning from theirs. Stoicism sees this exchange of knowledge and emotion as an important part of living in harmony with nature, recognizing and celebrating our connections to those around us, and trying new things that interest you forces you to leave your comfort zone. It's about facing the unknown, getting uncomfortable with being a beginner, and learning from the experience. These problems are not problems, but chances to practice virtues like courage, perseverance, and humility, as the Stoics would say. Each new interest you follow shows how dedicated you are to personal growth and how brave you are to face life's unknowns. But let's not forget the fun and happiness that come with exploring new interests in the name of Stoicism and wisdom. We often forget that part of living a good life is finding joy in the little things, in the thrill of trying something new, and in the satisfaction of seeing yourself improve. Whether it's the calm satisfaction of knitting a scarf, the thrill of reaching a new running goal, or the pride of cooking a meal from a cuisine you've never tried before. These moments are essential to the richness of your life as we come to the end of this chapter of our journey together. Thank you for joining us at Stoic Journal, where we talk about the theory of Stoicism and how its wisdom can improve all parts of our lives. If this conversation made you think of something, I encourage you to watch one of the videos on the screen. Join us as we continue to explore the timeless lessons of Stoicism and how they can help us in today's world. Thank you for being an important part of this trip. Until next time, accept the wise advice, live a good life, and enjoy the freedom and chances that come with each moment.